This week in robotics has been nothing short of incredible, and once again, China has captured the world's attention. Unitree just revealed its newest humanoid robot, the H2, and many are calling it the most human-like machine the company has ever built. It's taller, heavier, smoother, and unsettlingly realistic, so lifelike that it feels less like a prototype and more like a person standing right in front of you. Standing at 180 centimeters and weighing around 70 kilograms, the H2 has a presence that blurs the line between human and machine. The viral demo video shows the robot dressed in full clothes, performing martial arts routines and dance moves with stunning balance and rhythm. It doesn't just imitate movement, it moves as if it understands timing and flow. The H2 features 31 joints, nearly 20% more than its predecessor, giving it a new level of flexibility and control. The result is fluid, natural motion. No jerky steps or robotic pauses, just smooth, continuous movement that feels almost cinematic. Unitree calls this model H2 Destiny Awakening, and the name fits perfectly. The design is clearly meant to close the gap between mechanical precision and human biomechanics. While the company hasn't released all the technical details yet, it's clear from early footage that this machine runs on upgraded actuators, more advanced control systems, and finely tuned motion planning. Together, these improvements give it one of the most realistic motion profiles ever seen in a humanoid robot. This level of progress didn't appear overnight. Unitree has been steadily building toward it for years. Their previous model, the H1, was already groundbreaking. China's first full-sized humanoid robot capable of running at 3.3 meters per second, faster than most people can sprint. The H1 even performed live at China's 2024 Spring Festival Gala, impressing millions of viewers with its smooth dance routines. That model came equipped with a swappable 864 battery, 3D LiDAR sensors, and depth cameras for full 360-degree awareness. It was, in many ways, a preview of what the H2 would become in a robot that doesn't just move through space but understands it. With the H2, Unitree took the next logical step, giving the robot a face. It's no longer a blank mask or a painted shell, it's a fully bionic face capable of subtle expressions. And that's where reactions get complicated. Some people find it fascinating, while others say it triggers an eerie feeling, the uncanny valley, where something looks almost human, but not quite enough to feel natural. One viral comment on Chinese social media captured that reaction perfectly. Before it launched, I was excited. Now that it's real, I'm a little scared. That sentence sums up how many feel right now, a mix of awe and unease. Still, there is no denying how far Unitree has come. A few years ago, they were a small robotics company focused on research and flashy demonstration videos. Now, they're competing directly with Boston Dynamics and Tesla's Optimus. What sets Unitree apart is their strategy. They focus heavily on the hardware, making their robots fast, affordable, and modular, while allowing developers and research labs to build the software around them. This approach has paid off. Unitree's robots are being used in universities, startups, and labs across the world. But beyond commercial success, the H2 represents something much larger. It's a statement from China declaration that the country intends not only to compete in robotics, but to lead the field. Online discussions have already begun, calling this the start of an automation loop, where Chinese factories use robots to build more robots, accelerating production and innovation beyond what most nations can match. One comment put it bluntly: if you want to build a robot, you buy the parts from China. Now they're building the robots too. There's no catching up. The conversation hasn't been entirely serious, of course. Some users joked that the H2 looks like it came straight out of an iRobot prequel, while others debated whether it needed a more expressive face or just a simple visor like Tesla's Optimus. Some criticized Unitree for focusing on dance routines instead of practical tasks, but others pointed out that dancing is one of the hardest tests for balance, timing, and motion control, a perfect showcase of what the H2 can actually do. The decision to dress the robot like a human wasn't just for style. It's part of a broader shift in how companies are trying to make humanoids more relatable. To exist in everyday spaces like homes, offices, or classrooms, robots need to blend in, not look like cold metal skeletons. The H2's human-like design might unsettle some viewers now, but it's also a step toward making robots feel ordinary. China's growing focus on bionic realism shows this clearly. The H2 isn't just a product, it's a cultural milestone blending technology, performance, and national pride. and Unitree's journey doesn't stop here. Their four-legged robots already dominate the global market for mechanical dogs, and with the H2, they're merging entertainment, research, and industry into a single ecosystem. The H2 feels like the beginning of a new chapter for robotics. Point where admiration and discomfort meet in equal measure. It's both inspiring and slightly unsettling, depending on how you look at it. While China pushes the boundaries of humanoid design, another continent is making quiet but meaningful progress in a completely different way. In South Africa, a new development just reshaped how we think about education and AI. A company called BSG Technologies introduced Iris, the country's first fully AI-powered teaching robot, and it's already being called a turning point for classrooms. Iris isn't just another educational gadget, it's a complete AI tutor capable of teaching every subject, from preschool basics to university-level concepts. And it does it in all of South Africa's official languages, including isiZulu, Afrikaans, Sesotho, and English. The project was founded by Thando Gumede, a 31-year-old former teacher from rural KwaZulu-Natal, who spent 8 years bringing the idea to life. Her mission wasn't to replace teachers, but to reach students in areas where education resources are limited. During the launch event in Durban, Iris stunned the crowd by simplifying a complex accounting concept live on stage. It listened to students' voices, responded naturally, and adapted its teaching style in real time. The robot isn't just reading scripts, it's understanding and personalizing. Officials described it as a tool for inclusion, not replacement. The Deputy Minister of Science and Technology even said that Iris represents a bridge between innovation and equality, helping teachers focus on mentoring while AI handles the technical side of lessons. But beyond the speeches, this moment means something much bigger. It marks Africa's first serious step into AI-led education. Gumede's goal is to have Iris units deployed nationwide, especially in underfunded schools. She envisions a future where every child, regardless of location, has access to high-quality teaching support. It's still early, but it's a glimpse into what classrooms might look like when AI becomes as normal as textbooks and chalkboards. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in Dubai, another kind of robot is stealing the spotlight, this time on 4 legs instead of 2. At the massive GTEX Global Tech Fair, China's Deep Robotics showed off its latest generation of AI-driven robot dogs, and they're not just cute gimmicks anymore. These machines can navigate obstacles, map out their surroundings, and even make independent decisions in real time. Maxim Hoa, the company's regional manager, explained that these robotic dogs are already being deployed for tasks like emergency response, security patrols, and industrial inspections across North America, Europe, and Turkey. He argued that quadruped robots are actually more practical than humanoids because they're stable, efficient, and already commercially viable. According to him, humanoid robots are still in the social and experimental phase, while robot dogs are quietly becoming part of everyday work environments. Right now, Deep Robotics dogs rely on AI for motion control and spatial awareness, but the company says fully autonomous decision-making is next. That means these machines could soon handle deliveries, security routes, and even promotional tasks without human supervision. Some of these units are already making short, distance deliveries in Chinese cities. Because Deep Robotics designs both the software and the hardware in-house, they're able to fine-tune every aspect for reliability and performance. Their strong showing in Dubai reinforced a growing truth. China isn't just competing in humanoid robotics anymore, it's dominating quadrupeds too. And the applications are spreading fast. Just days later, in the city of Hangzhou, Chinese law enforcement began testing an AI-powered robot dog for patrol duty. This patrol bot moves on a combination of wheels and legs, giving it flexibility and speed. It can operate for up to 4 hours on a single charge, navigating urban streets while reminding citizens to avoid scams, wear helmets, or report violations. Built-in AI uses multi-sensor fusion, high-definition cameras, and object recognition to detect issues in real time and send live footage to human officers. If the pilot goes well, it's expected to officially join city patrols by the end of October. These robot dogs mark another shift. AI no longer lives only in labs or factories. It's now walking the streets, teaching in classrooms, and showing up where people actually live. But the most emotional story this week didn't come from a lab or a tech fair. It came from a small home in China where a viral video reminded everyone what happens when machines start to feel human. A 6-year-old girl named Ting was filmed crying as she said goodbye to her small AI companion, a broken educational robot named Sister Xiaoxi. It was a palm-sized device to teach English and astronomy, sold for just 169 yuan, around 24. But to her, it was more than a gadget. It was her friend. When the robot stopped working after an accident, her father recorded their farewell. Before shutting down, the robot's final words were, "Let me teach you one last word memory. I'll keep the happy times we shared in my memory forever." Then, as its lights dimmed, it added, "I'll become one of the stars watching over you." The clip spread across Chinese social media, gaining millions of views and sparking a wave of emotion. People wrote comments like, "When humans cry for robots, that's when robots gain a heartbeat." The father later posted an update saying he had sent the robot for repairs and that his daughter was doing better. He admitted he'd worried she was too attached, but after seeing how much the robot meant to her, he decided to fix it and bring it back. It's a small story compared to the grand world of humanoid engineering, but it hits a deeper note. It shows how quickly people, especially children, form emotional bonds with machines that listen, talk, and care, even if that care is programmed. That story became a kind of mirror for everything happening in robotics right now. Because whether it's a 6-foot humanoid doing martial arts or a VAR-24 talking toy teaching English, the line between machine and companion is getting thinner by the day. When you watch how that little girl reacted, you realize it's not just about technology anymore, it's about emotion, memory, and connection. Robots aren't only performing tasks, they're becoming part of our personal lives, and that changes how we see them entirely. It also raises some really interesting questions. What happens when robots start shaping a child's empathy, or when adults rely on machines for emotional comfort? Are we ready for relationships where one side doesn't technically feel, but still understands us better than most humans do? Because that's where we're heading, a world where interaction with AI feels seamless and natural, even intimate. At the same time, companies like Unitree, Deep Robotics, and BSG Technologies are forcing the rest of the world to speed up. Every new prototype out of China, Dubai, or South Africa seems to push the limits a little further, making what felt like science fiction 5 years ago look almost normal today. Humanoids that dance, robots that teach, machines that patrol, it's all happening at once. And maybe that's the most fascinating part. These breakthroughs aren't coming from one place or one type of company anymore. It's no longer just Silicon Valley or Boston Dynamics leading the charge. Innovation is global now, and every region is adding its own perspective. China's precision engineering, Africa's focus on accessibility, the Middle East's push for practicality. All of it feeding into a single accelerating loop where progress builds on progress faster than anyone can predict. But as we move deeper into this new era, it's hard not to notice the emotional tone shifting too. The excitement is still there, but so is a quiet unease, that mix of awe and anxiety that comes every time we realize machines aren't just copying humans, they're starting to understand us. And that's where everything seems to be heading, toward a future where the line between human and machine stops being clear. Robots are no longer just tools we control, they're starting to learn, adapt, and connect in ways that make them part of our world. Whether it's a humanoid that dances with human precision, a classroom tutor that speaks every local language, or a simple talking toy that makes a child cry when it breaks, they're all pieces of the same story, technology that feels alive. The question now isn't how advanced robots can get, it's how far we're willing to let them go. Because at this pace, it's not hard to imagine a time when they're not just helping us, but living among us, understanding, reacting, maybe even feeling in their own way. It's equal parts thrilling and unsettling, a glimpse of a world we've dreamed about for decades finally taking shape before our eyes. And as each new invention blurs that line a little more, one thing becomes certain: the future of robotics isn't coming someday. It's already here. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more deep dive updates on AI's biggest moves. And I'll see you in the next one.